Hey, and welcome back to the Emlyn in the Mix show, season 4, episode 12. We are checking out, is this the only orchestral instrument you'll ever need? It is, of course, Orchestral Essentials, which is part of the Native Instruments partner sale, which is happening at the moment by Project Sam. Freaking hell, stick around because these things, wow, just stick around, you'll see. But before we do, we've got to get some quick housekeeping out of the way. I've got a giveaway going on right now. Click the link down below to enter Emergent Drums. 2 lucky winners in just over 1 week's time. If you're listening to this, by the way, if you listen to this podcast when it drops, you have a little over a week's time to still enter. But if you're listening in the future, you're going to be like, damn, I got to get in there. I got to get into this competition. Anyway, 2 lucky winners are going to win Emergent Drums. Each piece of software is valued at $149 USD. Don't miss your opportunity to win the best, in my opinion, artificial intelligence drums instrument machine on the planet software. $149, 2 lucky winners are going to win. Click that link down below. Now, if you want to support this podcast, I have a link down below for that as well. You can shout me a coffee. I've already had my coffee. If you can't tell already, I'm speaking at 1,000,000 miles a minute. The other thing that I need to mention, last bit of housekeeping here, is that I'll have a link down below for Orchestral Essentials. Go out, do yourself a favor. If you love what you hear today on the show, click those links. I'll have it for Orchestral Essentials I and II, both affiliate links. But look, you're doing yourself a favor. You're getting the software at a better rate, and you're supporting this channel. And on top of that, by supporting this channel, liking the video, whatever you do, all that YouTube nonsense, you are essentially helping others discover this show, the Emlyn in the Mix vodcast show. So let's get stuck into it. Now, I have a timeline down below. If you just want to get to the juicy stuff of me playing with the orchestral instruments live, I'll have a timeline down below, which you can go over and get stuck straight into. But let me go over the features here for Orchestral Essentials I and then Orchestral Essentials II. Then we'll go straight to the live stuff. Okay, so Orchestral Essentials I, Orchestral Ensemble Magic. Get started with the inspiring sounds that make the Symphobia series a go-to for pro composers, and full orchestral patches plus strings, brass, woodwind ensembles, all with a wide variety of articulations, and includes an array of orchestral effects, clusters, percussions, international instruments, cinematic hits, and more. And we're going to show you, of course. And new 2.0 update brings an intuitive new design, additional features, and more flexibility. All right, so yep, so you got a bit of a write-up here, unlimited composing inspiration, and a little bit about Project Sam here. They're big libraries, but they're not scarily big. They're not like so big that you're like, okay, I don't know if I can download this. 8 gigabytes for this one, so that's not crazy. And then we jump over to Orchestral Essentials II. Now, this is scaled up scoring. Expand your orchestral palettes with even more inspiring sounds from across the Project Sam catalog. Mixed orchestra sections offers you beautiful live recordings of different orchestral sections playing together. Includes individual strings, brass, woodwinds, and percussion, plus 5 true legato instruments. New 2.0 update powered by a brand new engine with fresh design, powerful new features, and greater flexibility. All right, so let's just get stuck into it. Let's just do it. So I've actually got, and hopefully you can see them both there. I've got Orchestral Essentials II, which is this yellow one here, and I might just move this across. Let's see if that works for us. Nah, it's going to be too small. We'll just pop them like this. Orchestral Essentials I and II, side by side. That's good enough there. So we've got the GUIs up in front of me. Now, both of these play inside the Contact 7 player in Native Instruments. And then I've got them running in Ableton Live here, and I can switch between the two. Let's just have a play. So this is Orchestral Essentials I. Check this out. Here we go. And this is the full orchestra. So we've got some orchestra hits here. Timpanis down the bottom. How good is it? That reminds me of one of the Mario Brothers levels, like Bowser's Starship. All right, awesome. So you've got here this massive knob in the middle. It's a very intuitive interface, by the way. And you can sort of dial up reverb, for example. We're getting a nice long tail. That sounds really good on the orchestra, actually, the full reverb. How good is it? Honestly, sounds so good. Like, you could score some really awesome, even just pop music with this Orchestra Essentials. It just sounds really, it's super realistic sounding, super intuitive. And for someone who's a noob to orchestral sounds like myself, look, I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm not a pro when it comes to this, but damn, it makes me sound like a pro. Like, honestly, I love these timpanis. Have a listen. Actually, we'll just turn the reverb right down on that. So we're still on Orchestral Essentials I, by the way. Don't forget, link down below. If you love this, click the link down below. Do yourself a favor, get this software, because freaking hell. Listen to these. So good. Now we got, what are these red? Let's find out what they are. So we're just gotta find what they are. Okay, so it looks like, okay, we can change the way it's played. So let me see if my keyboard's very, okay. So we can do epic orchestra. Sadly, I've only got my small 2-octave keyboard here, so it's a bit tricky. So I could change, see, I'll get the one hit stabs. Oh my goodness me. So I can play the style, change the style, sorry. Just with the press of a key. So the red keys are essentially changing the play style. So I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can see that on the screen there. Epic, warm sustains, action, which is more of just like an orchestra hit in my mind. Suspense. Really nice. Super intuitive though. Yeah, so you get the idea. That is freaking performance ready too. Orchestral Essentials is performance ready. All right, now let's compare. Let's jump over to Orchestral Essentials II. Well, we don't have to jump over to. I've already got the GUI up here, but I'm just going to change my MIDI input, and now I'll be playing Orchestra Essentials II. Let's have a listen to this. Ooh, sounds like it's got some vocals in there. Yeah, orchestra and choir. Amazing. And same deal here, where you can dial in the big old reverb knob here. Wow. And it never ceases to amaze me with sampler romplers now. It just still blows my mind that they're not CPU hungry like they used to be back in the day. They're not, obviously these days we've got mountains of RAM. I'm using the Apple Silicon. I don't know if it has anything to do with that, but geez, these just run so seamlessly. Like, I'm not having any issues. And considering the size of these sample libraries, actually that's one thing I didn't mention. It was 8 gig for Orchestral Essentials I and Orchestral Essentials II. Let's just have a quick look. It's 10 gig. So again, they're not huge libraries. I did fail to mention that, but 8 and 10 gig, they're not scarily huge. Honestly, I've seen orchestral libraries upwards of 40 and 50 gigabytes. So for the size, amazing. And the performance playability, amazing. right, let's listen to, now we can change, again, I'm sorry, I'm on my 25 or my 2-octave keyboard here, so it's going to be tricky to do, but I can change it here with the performances, so we can orchestra and choir, that's that. High violins and choir, okay. Might need to go up, hang on. We got, where are we? Oh, it's really high. There it is. Okay. Wow, awesome. I might just do it here. Like, so anyway, you can do a performance on your keyboard, but because I'm using a 2-octave keyboard, it's a bit tricky. So if you had a nice big MIDI controller, it would be easy to do performance stuff. So this is, okay, so this is basson, again, sorry, I'm noob, piano and harp. So I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing them wrong, but damn, this is fun. This is super fun to play with, by the way. So they're only taking up, depending on which performance style I choose, they're only taking up certain sections of the keyboard. So this is that, piano and harp with bassoon, I hope I'm pronouncing that, probably butchering it. Strings and brass swell, here we go. It'd be so easy to score for a film with this. It just sounds so legitimately awesome. It's almost hard to believe that I'm even playing that. All right, now we've got orchestral and textures. So it looks like we've got a mixture of stuff. Whoa. What is this? So good. Whoa, that's adding like, it's very ominous sounding. It's sort of adding like almost like a question. Amazing. Okay, so now we've just shown you one part of what Orchestral Essentials can do. So you got the performance here, more or less. You've got your big reverb here, your mod wheel here as well. So it probably changes the articulation. Let's just go back to orchestra and choir. Let's just see what that mod wheel is doing. Again, on this little MIDI controller, I don't have the mod wheel. It is the Lumi keys, which is an awesome keyboard, by the way. MP functionality. Shout outs to Rolly. But yeah, check this out. Here we go. So we can change the mod wheel here. I'm just going to do it with the mouse. Okay. Ooh, it sort of acts as a filter. That's nice. Ooh, and you're getting different so that you can hear like violins or something. That's just me messing with the mod wheel. Amazing stuff. Let's go back to Orchestral Essentials I, because the next thing I want to show you is that you can layer instruments up. So, okay, so we're back on Orchestral Essentials I. Love it, right? So let's add a bit of reverb. Cool. And now we can mix. So see, you got the little pluses down here. You can have up to, it looks like you can have 8. Is it 8? No, 10. You can have 10 layers on top of each other, and this is crazy. And you can just choose whatever you want. So we've got, for example, we've got strings, brass, woodwinds, keyboards. You've got sound design, so we could add drones and risers. And you got percussion down the bottom. I actually want to try this drones and risers. So here I've added a drone. Oh my gosh. So if you wanted to make a movie trailer, I mean... What's that? It's like a... For some reason, I don't know how I managed that. Hang on. I managed to just record into Ableton Live. Yeah, it's like it's got performance functionality going on. Yeah, it does. That's interesting. I don't know why. That's so fascinating. Unless that's me just glitching out here. Whoa. Oh, it's so crazy. So we actually got the riser and the orchestral at the same time. And then the modulation, or the big knob in the middle, is controlling the reverb. That's on the riser though, on the drones and risers. So yeah, they got heaps of reverb on them. Actually, the other thing I just quickly want to mention, it's not the most exciting part of this instrument, but you do have your ADSR, attack, decay, release, sustain on the right side of the instrument here. So if you can see my mouse there, you can also add brilliance, which will give it a bit of shine. Woo! And you got a limiter, a filter, so I could just actually filter that down. Whoa! And that makes it sound like an explosion. I mean, actually, if you needed sound effects, this thing has got you covered. Like if you're doing imaging for a radio station or even just a podcast, like shout outs to Emlyn in the Mix, boom, this podcast here. You got crazy sound effects. All right, let's choose something else. Let's pop in, I don't know, piano. Here we go. So now we've got 3 layers. But they might be a little bit tricky to hear. So you can actually just turn the volume down, you know, much like you could just have it as a mixer. So they're just quiet. It's a really interesting concept. Now, I don't know why it is doing that. So if someone's watching this video, they could explain to me why it's doing that. It's just randomly, Ableton Live is just creating loops in the background. It's kind of cool. I wish I knew how it was working. But yeah, it's just randomly making loops. Let's try and see if I can replicate. It's one of these keys here. Yeah, that one. It's like the D is just like, I'm going to make a loop for you, baby. Let me see if I can do that again. Yeah, random, but kind of cool. I don't know if it's a feature of this instrument or it's just my computer glitching out. But yeah, so you can just continually keep adding and put a harpsichord here. I don't know why you'd want to have, that's super loud. I'd probably just have that down. I'll pop my orchestra up. I'm going to turn drones off because they're hectic. Harpsichord down, piano up. And then we could change the orchestral style to, there you go. So you can see, you could really easily just create your own sound and your own instrument. And we jump back over to, let's jump over to Orchestral Essentials II now. And I wonder if the MIDI thing is doing it here. It is still going, isn't it? Fascinating. Anyway, Orchestral Essentials II now, and you can do the same thing here. We can mix stuff up. You can have a different selection of instruments in this one, of course, being that it's Orchestral Essentials II. We can go strings like small violins. Here we go. And is that our reverb, is it? So I've mixed. I've got my choir there, but I've also got small strings, small violins, and viola ensemble. Nice. I reckon that'd sound amazing with heaps of reverb just drenched on it. Let's see if I'm right. Not bad. Ooh, sounds really good. And let's change the style. So what's that staccato? Oh, I got the staccatos. Oh no, here's the proper staccato. That's staccato tismo. Again, sorry, butchering that, I'm sure. They're really quiet. Let's just turn them up so I can hear them. There they are. They're sort of like that top-endy string sound. Let's add something else here. Orchestral Essentials II. I'm gonna pop a piano in there. Sweet. Pop reverb on that too. Something like that. And let's just try one more. We can pop a choir on there as well. Where are we? I think we've already got a choir though, so I don't know if we'll be able to hear this. Let's turn it up a bit. Oh, you can hear their oohs. If I solo that, you could hear it. So good, so easy to use. This, I cannot believe how easy. This is the easiest orchestral instrument I've ever used, hands down. There you go, guys. That's all I'm going to show you today. I think that's pretty much gives you a good overview. You've got tons of instruments on here. We could keep going. We could add percussion. We've got cymbals, for example. They're only located though. Looks like they're right up here. Hang on, let's see. There you go. They're located in a certain spot, but it's really well laid out because if I add an instrument, it shows you the color, right, associated with that instrument, which I can see in my mixer, and then I can see where they're located on the keyboard. Now, granted, if I was to do another example or a demo of showing these off again, I would have pulled out the 49 key, which I have below me, but I didn't set that up today. I just have my little 25 key. And given that this instrument is so performance heavy, it really lends itself to being played on a bigger keyboard, just because there's so many different areas where the sampled instruments are actually located across the key bed. So I would suggest if you do end up playing with this instrument, play it on a bigger size MIDI keyboard. But other than that, damn, it's a lot of fun. And you can, if you don't care about the keyboard thing, you just want, if you have, for example, a 2-octave keyboard on the side like I do here, you can just get your mouse and jump in here, add reverb, pop your velocity, your modulation wheel up, you name it, or just change your performances here per each instrument. A lot of fun, really easy to use, super intuitive. The mixer section's super easy to use. You got this, all you need there, everything you need, your volume, your solo, and your mute. That's all you freaking need. But anyway, that gives you a full overview of Orchestral Essentials. Is this the only orchestral instrument you'll ever need? In my opinion, I think so. I mean, honestly, If this appeals to you, click that link down below. We do have the Native Instruments partner sale going right now where these are a certain amount of dollars off. It's actually a lot cheaper to get it right now, and you're supporting the channel. So if you like these instruments, click that link down below and go out and get yourself Orchestral Essentials, because this is mind-blowing how good this sounds. Also, don't forget to enter the Emergent Drums giveaway, link for that down below. And if you just want to shout me a coffee, if you don't want to get this instrument and you don't want to enter the competition, you just want to say thank you, you can shout me a coffee, link for that down below as well. Thank you so much for joining me on Emlyn in the Mix this week. Let me know if you're still watching this video. Let me know if you liked this format better, where we just went straight into the main feature. We didn't cover any of the new news. Let me know if you're still watching this. I'd love to know. Leave your comments in the comment section down below. Like this video on the way out. It definitely helps the algorithm to help others find this show. Until next week, we'll be back. Until then, peace out, guys. Boom. Hey, thanks for listening to the Emlyn in the Mix podcast. Here you will find all the latest in music technology, software and hardware, interviews and more. Also, don't forget to check out the Emlyn in the Mix YouTube channel today. Till next time, keep it real.